Here to A. Ilges Field at Brookstone High School as they're getting ready to take on the Calvary Christian Knights. A little bit of delay in the start there, getting the internet fixed out here at Brookstone, and now we're ready to go as we got 1 on, 1 out in the top of the first, so we only missed the first 2 batters. There's Trip Ellison out there at first base. Nate Osborne lined out on a great play defensively by Brennan Neal as he jumped up in the air to make the snag, and Luke Vale on the mound today for Brookstone. They come into the ballgame 19-4, 7-1 in the region. Calvary Christian 9-13, 4-4 in the region. As they've split the first 2 of this 3-game series, Calvary coming away with a 3-2 victory last night after Brookstone took them down 5-3 on Tuesday. Tipped into the glove of Gray Jones. Speaking of Gray Jones, the batter he made today for Luke Vale, going from third to first for the Brookstone Cougars, Luke Lowry, Brennan Neal, Mitchum Kelly, and Jake Lowry at first. In the outfield, Harrison Baker, Jake Griffin, and Hudson Kuhn in the outfield. The lineups today for Calvary: Nate Osborne leading things off. He lined out to start the game off. Trip Ellison over at first base now, the center fielder. Liam Hokut at bat. And then 4, 5, 6, Jackson Kennedy, Liam Anderson, William Hilton. Followed up to end the lineup with Brady Reed, Jay Smith, and Sam Hilton. And Vale gets the called strike on Hokut now, and he gets ahead of the count 1-2. Beautiful day for baseball out here. It's 88 degrees, a little bit of a breeze, partly cloudy, but beautiful day for baseball here towards the end of April. I guess on the latter half of April, not quite towards the end. And with me today is Mike Frost, and with me today I got Paxton Holloway. Paxton, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. This one's always an exciting one to watch. 2 rival schools coming together, and it's always going to be chippy.
Yes, it is. You can tell last night there was a lot of emotion involved as Fitz Stone was able to go the complete game last night and get that 3-2 win over Brookstone. As soon as the last out was recorded, threw his glove over towards the dugout and started just pumping and yelling on the field. So you can tell he really wanted that win. Just as a 10th grader, really showed his moxie last night going against a tough Brookstone team who's number 3 in a whole entire state in GIAA. Calvary comes in number 8 in the state, as they're both trying to get good playoff positioning. Now stepping up to the plate, taking the first pitch strike, Jackson Kennedy, the catcher. Luke Vale, one of the better pitchers around town so far. We saw him, last time I saw him personally was against Columbus High School. It was a stolen base by Trip Ellison, backed up in center by Jake Griffin as Ellison makes his way over into scoring position. Now with 2 down and the 1-1 count on Jackson Kennedy.
Yeah, and it would be really sweet for Kennedy to score that leading run in the first inning. You know, as an alumni of Calvary Christian myself, this was always one that you circle on the calendar, any sport, them and Pacelli both.
Oh, yeah. Get out there and try to make something happen because, I mean, you hate losing to a rival regardless, but to get the series win as an underdog here would be a big deal towards the end of the season for Calvary. They're just now looks like they're starting to catch their stride a little bit, but Brookstone again before last night, a 15-game win streak, so going to be tough to beat them 2 times in a row.
Yeah, definitely a slow start to the season for Calvary, and this is not an easy Brookstone team to beat. They've been nothing short of incredible and fun to watch this season, especially with that incredibly talented defensive shortstop with Brennan Neal, the Auburn commit.
Yes, exactly. It's a lot of talent out here on the field on both sides, and we look forward to it as Calvary pretty young out there on the field as well. And the 2-2 pitch, Vale spins around, fakes a move out to second base to get Ellison to go back. Vale coming into the ball game 4-1 on the season in 8 appearances with a 4.88 ERA. Chopped over towards first base. Jake Lowry comes up with it, flips over to Vale in time for the 1-3 put out. I'm sorry, the 3-1 put out. And that's going to end the inning as Calvary gets 1 hit, no runs, 1 left on base. We'll head to the bottom half of the first here at A. Ilges Field. Scoreless on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Enjoy huge savings on our complete lineup of GMC Sierras and GMC Terrains. Full-size and powerful GMC Sierra at $13,500 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Drive away in the stylish GMC Terrain as low as $395 a month. People from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Check us out 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
And we're back here. It's the Carroll Purdue State Farm first inning here at A. Ilgis Field. Carroll Purdue, one of the sponsors we have here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live, to make sure she meets all your insurance needs. You have any questions, make sure you reach out to her at Carroll Purdue State Farm. As we get ready here for the bottom half of the first inning, Brady Reed on the mound starting things off for Calvary. On the bump, he started game one but only went 2 innings, more of a bullpen game on Tuesday out here as he comes in 2-3 on the season. 10 appearances, a 2.16 ERA as he's gone 32 1/3 innings with 12 walks and 37 strikeouts. So a good season so far for the senior Brady Reed as he's out there. And you got Jackson Kennedy behind the plate from third to first for the Calvary Knights. You've got Sam Hilton, Cam Carter, the 8th grader at short, Jay Smith, Liam Hocutt. And then from left to right in the outfield, William Hilton, Trip Ellison, and Nate Osborne in the corner. And we go through the Brookstone lineup real quickly as Gray Jones walks up to the plate. He'll lead things off. The recent Lee University commit, Gray Jones, Brendan Neal, and Luke Lowry at the top of the lineup. 4, 5, 6, Jake Lowry, Harrison Baker, and Fisher Ogle. And then to round things out, it'll be Luke Vale, Jake Griffin, and Mitchum Kelly for the Brookstone Cougars. Again, coming in 19-4 on the season. They lost last night. First time in 16 games they've taken the L. First pitch goes high from Brady Reed with a breaking ball, and it's 1-0. And Reed throwing predominantly from the stretch, even with nobody on base. Now it's going to be stroked out to left field by Jones for a base hit to start things off. William Hilton with a little bit of a bobble, but not enough for Jones to try to make a move towards second base, but he'll reach with a leadoff hit in the first. And that'll bring up Brennan Neal, who broke the snide last night with a triple. Ended up being stranded at third, but that was his first hit of the series late last night in the ball game. Looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner over there at first base for Gray Jones. I believe that's going to be Kite Wilson, number 18, on the base pass.
And Mike, going back to that hit, Gray Jones, a leadoff man through and through. I mean, as a leadoff, you've got to be able to put bat on ball and get on base early.
Yeah, he was able to watch the first one. That second one from Brady Reed was just a fastball down the middle, and he jumped all over it and put it out in the left field for a hit. And now that'll bring up Brennan Neal to the plate. Batting near 500 on the season, one of the leading hitters in the area, as well as probably the best defensive shortstop we've seen so far this year. You'll see a couple of good plays out there. If the ball's hit to him, even if he's got to use his range, he's going to get to it and show that arm off. And he fouls the first one back, and it's an 0-1 count. Reed with the throw over to first. Wilson back in plenty of time. It's Calvary trying to get the series win here. They've split the first 2 games. Steve Smith going with his accomplished senior on the mound here in game 3, trying to get the win, get the series win, and see if they can climb those GIAA rankings.
And, Mike, I can tell you from firsthand experience, Coach Steve Smith, one of the better sports minds in the area.
Oh, yeah, that time you had Cam Carter kind of moving over towards second, expecting the stolen base attempt by Kite Wilson, and that's exactly where Brendan Neal hits it, right where Cam Carter would have been. And that's 2 base hits to start off the ball game here for Brookstone. They've got runners on first and second with nobody out. And Jackson Kennedy will make his way out to the mound to talk to Brady Reed, make sure he's okay mentally, get his focus back in check. As now we got the 3-hole hitter, Luke Lowry, stepping up to the plate.
And with this being such a high-stakes matchup, you know, this one wins the series for either of these teams. It's going to be back and forth. You've got to realize that mistakes are going to be made. It's going to be all about how you can respond to those mistakes.
And so far, Calvary has been able to take advantage of some of the Brookstone defensive mistakes throughout this series. Game one, they were able to score 3 runs in the third inning off 3 defensive errors just in that one alone. Last night, taking advantage of 4 Brookstone defensive errors, but also almost hit themselves in the foot as they hit into 2 inning-ending double plays in the second and the fourth last night. Still able to come away with a win. And it's now Luke Lowry deep in the hole against Brady Reed. Oh, no balls, 2 strikes.
And Calvary's still searching for that elusive first out here in this one. It's going to feel good when they finally get it, but 2 straight hits, Brookstone definitely has the momentum.
Oh, yeah, and Brady Reed, if we've known anything, he's a tough kid mentally, so he can probably work his way out of this one. A good block behind the plate by Kennedy. Kept the runners from advancing that time, and Brady Reed went with the waste pitch that time. Luke didn't chase it, and it went in the dirt. And it's now 1-2.
And Kennedy getting a chance to showcase his ability behind the plate. You know, he sat behind Bryson Brooks for a little bit, but, you know, he's just waiting his turn just like all these Calvary players do, and he's taking fair advantage of it.
Yeah, he's been a great – we've said a couple of highlight plays by him behind the plate as Luke Lowry puts one out in the left field. Kite Wilson coming off the bag that time, no tag. And it's going to be a fly out to William Hilton for the first out of the inning, and it's still first and second now. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter. And the other Lowry, Jake, stepping up to the plate, playing first base today. He was a starting pitcher last night, went 5 innings, giving up 3 runs against Calvary before giving way to Brendan Neal in the 6th. Now he'll step in the box here with 2 on and 1 down. Breaking ball over the outside corner for a strike from Reed, makes it 0-1. Breaking ball. Got him to go after that one, did he? They're going to try and check it possibly, and they're going to say he didn't go. Again, one of those things here, when you go to high school ball, if you're not in the playoffs, you only have 2 umpires on the field. So you see the angle of the base umpire now. There's no way he could tell if that bat crossed the plane or not. So if the home plate umpire doesn't call it, it's not going to get switched over. And that one's going to fall in a little bit high to make it 2-1.
Tension's already starting to rise here,
yeah.
Mike.
Yeah, the umpire's already kind of perturbed some of these fans out here, and it's only the first inning, so we still got 6 more to go, I feel, for them. Breaking ball. Good frame job that time by Kennedy, but it fell over high again, and it's 3-1. Now to Jake Lowry.
Yeah, really lenient on that breaking ball, trying to get him to roll over something, hit into a double play, and get out of it.
Yeah, probably the best pitch for Reed. He's got a good fastball as well at the high school level, but that breaking ball he intends to get a lot of people out with. And he'll go with the fastball that time. It's hit out towards center field. In comes Tripp Ellison. No tag at second again, and it's another out. So now 2 on, 2 down. And that'll bring up Harrison Baker to the plate, who's had a good series so far. Had a big home run into the deepest part of the ballpark last night that put Brookstone on the board to start off the second inning. And it was that part of the ballpark where, you know, in left center field where it kind of goes out into a corner, right? It fell right over that into the trees. He got all of that one last night on the first pitch from Fitstone. Let's see what he does here with Brady Reed on the mound. Inside, almost nicks him. And it's 1-0.
Brady Reed trying to make sure he don't get another one to fall over that part of the fence.
Trying to make sure he knows it's his plate. Breaking ball out in front of that one. Good setup pitch that time with the fastball inside, going breaking ball on the second one. And he gets Harrison Baker out in front of it to make it a 1-1 count.
And when you're a batter with some pop, your eyes light up when you see that breaking ball coming. And usually when you catch it, it goes a long way, but you got to catch it.
And that one hit out to center field, camped under it is Ellison. And after giving up 2 hits to start the inning, Brady Reed gets out of it with 3 flyouts consecutively after that. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base for the Cougars in the first. It's still knotted up at 0 here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
your surprisingly great rates? Contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Carol Purdue in Phoenix City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And we're back here for the top half of the second here at A. Ilgis Field at Brookstone High School as they're looking to take on in the rubber match with Calvary. And due up here, 5, 6, 7 for the Knights. Liam Anderson looking to lead things off, the designated hitter, with Luke Vale on the mound. Scoreless here in the second inning. As the 6'6" junior stepping into the box. Takes the first pitch on the inside corner from Vale for a strike, and it's 0-1. Anderson, designated hitter today for Cam Carter, the shortstop. Breaking ball from Vale. That'll fall a little bit high, which is hard to do with Liam Anderson in the box, but it's now a 1-1 count.
Man, what's Aaron Judge doing in Columbus, Georgia here, Mike?
That one's going to be poked over towards the third base dugout and rolls that way for a foul ball. 1-2 count on Liam Anderson, one of the more dominant post players in basketball in the area. Big part of that Calvary Christian playoff team. And he'll get out in front of that one and make contact to stay alive and keep it 1 ball, 2 strikes here to start off the second. He does have 1 home run in the season, so he can get a hold of one. You can possibly hear the breeze coming in through here, through the press boxes. In here, it's a lot stronger than it is out there. You look at the flag, and it's just barely wisping. It's starting to see it pick up a little bit going in. I guess you can say coming in from right center field, the way that flag is angling. That one's going to be chopped off the handle over towards first, picked up by Jake Lowry. And he'll outrun Liam Anderson in the foot race for the unassisted ground out. And that's how we'll start off the second. And that'll bring up the left fielder now, William Hilton.
Now batting, number 4.
Batting from the left side.
A Hilton name synonymous with Calvary baseball. You had Jackson Hilton, his oldest brother, then, of course, Walker, who went to Pacelli, and now William, they call him Billy.
You even got Sam playing at third base today as well. First pitch to Hilton's going to be on the outside corner for a strike. William Hilton leading the team in batting average so far this season. Added on to it last night by going 1 for 2. Inside, he's going to call that one a strike. Say it went across the black and is now in the hole, 0-2. Outside with the waist pitch. He doesn't go after it, and it's now a 1-2 count. You can tell when you got the old school coaches in the dugouts for teams because 0-2 count, you can bet that third pitch is going to be outside the zone. As he goes left side on that one, Brendan Neal picks it up, makes the throw over to first. Going to be in time as it went off the glove of Luke Lowry. And Brendan Neal was able to pick it up and show off that 30-06 on the left side of the infield that time, and he gets William Hilton with a 5-6-3 put out.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's a reason he's a D1 commit to go play at Auburn. He's got an arm and a half on him.
Yes, he does. He's shown that plenty of times this season, again, with not just with the range, but to be able to make those throws going away from the bag. And there's now nobody on 2 outs here in the second inning. That brings up the 7-hole hitter and the pitcher today, Brady Reed, going against his counterpart on the mound today with Luke Vale for Brookstone. Reed with a hit last night as well for Calvary. And he'll take that one. It's now a 2-0 count. Breaking ball down low out of the zone, and it's now a 3-0 count. And you can bet Brady Reed's getting the take sign from Coach Smith on this one. And 4-pitch walk for Brady Reed as he heads over to first base here with 2 down in the second. That'll bring up the 8-hole hitter and second baseman, Jay Smith. as he looks to try to continue the inning. Looks like we're going to have, I believe that's Bo Reese going out on the base paths to run for Brady Reed. And now we're getting ready for the first pitch to Jay Smith as he steps in the box here. 2 down, 1 on in the top of the second. And he'll jump on the first pitch and hit it foul off the screen to make it an 0-1 count.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see if Steve Smith is going to give him the steal sign over there on first to see if he can get in scoring position.
Yeah, definitely most likely here. Usually with 2 outs, you might not see the hit and run, but with Vale's command at the mound, and that time they had the hit and run on, and he's going to get it past the diving attempts of Luke Lowry and Brendan Neal, and now that's a base hit for Jay Smith, and that puts runners at first and second with 2 down. As he did get aggressive that time, went hit and run with 2 outs here with your 8-hole hitter at the plate. And it ended up working out as you were able to make Brendan Neal go towards second on the stolen base attempt with the hit and run, and that gave him just enough room for that ball to get through. A little CNI single that time by Smith. And that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Sam Hilton. And first pitch to Sam Hilton, outside for a ball is 1-0. 2 on, 2 outs for Calvary. Swing and tip back into the glove of Gray Jones, and that evens the count 1-1. Swing and a miss by Sam Hilton, and is now behind in the count 1-2.
And that's 2 straight fastballs that have just got blown right past him. I wouldn't be surprised to see a third just show that he's got command of the mound.
Yeah, just trying to stay ahead of Hilton here. Comes back with it. He's going to hit that one over to short. Goes off the glove of Brendan Neal, and he's going to be unable to make the play as he tried to wait on the short hop that time. And it's just a little bit of a weird hop off of the glove. And that's going to be Sam Hilton's going to reach on the E6. And that'll load the bases up here, and we're back to the top of the order for the Calvary Knights with Nate Osborne at the plate. Lined out on a sharp hit to short in the first inning to start the ball game off that Neal was able to leap in the air and make a grab. So now bases loaded, 2 down here in the top of the second. See if Calvary can take advantage. They've been able to get runners on all series long. Not a whole lot of runs across the board to show for it. High and inside to Osborne, 1-0.
Gray Jones needs to lock down here. There's no worse feeling as a pitcher than walking home any runs.
Yeah, especially you don't want to walk in the first one. Almost nicks Osborne that time, and he's ahead in the count 2-0. So the 2-0 pitch with the bases loaded from Vale. Popped out towards left center field, chasing it down is Griffin, coming in with Baker to call him off for the flyout. And that'll end the inning. And Calvary strands the bases loaded. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 3 left on base. We'll head to the bottom half of the second. It's still knotted up at 0 here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible. To be able to cover these 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy, and Gordy Eye Care for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today.
I'm bringing my other half.
I'm bringing the pep talk. Come on!
I'm clearing my head.
And I'm clearing 300.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Get all the perks with the PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Join in club or online today. Deal ends soon. See club for details.
And we're back here as we get ready to start the bottom half of the second. Brookstone comes to the plate now. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Cougars, as Luke Vale was able to get out of a bases-loaded jam in the top half of the second and keep the game scoreless. He's now through 2 innings. Calvary stranded 4. Brookstone stranded 2 in the first. And that'll bring Fisher Ogle up to the plate, the designated hitter today. He's hitting in place of the right fielder, Hudson Kuhn. Brady Reed was able to get out of that jam in the first inning. Swing and a miss by Ogle. Gave up 2 base hits to start the inning off in the first, with Gray Jones and Brendan Neal reaching base and able to get coaxed 3 flyouts in a row to get out of it with no damage. Breaking ball. Ogle way out in front of that one that time, and it's 0-2.
That's at least 2 times now, if not 3, that we've seen Brady Reed immediately follow up a fastball up and in with a breaking ball in the dirt.
Yeah, just mixing pitches, mixing speeds, location. He's going to have to with a potent Brookstone lineup, and he's going to get him on the foul tip into the glove of Jackson Kennedy for the strikeout. His first K of the day. And there's now 1 down here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up the pitcher, Luke Vale. First pitch to Vale's going to drop in high with the breaking ball, 1-0. Fastball over the plate for a strike to even it up 1-1 now to Luke Vale. Got Jake Griffin, the center fielder, on deck, hitting in the 8 hole. Breaking ball, hit foul, just left of the third baseline. And that puts Brady Reed ahead of Vale now, 1-2.
Just a tad bit early going around with the swing there.
Yeah, trying to time up that breaking ball that time. Did better than most have so far in the ball game. Was able to get good wood on it, just put it a little bit too far foul. Now let's see if he sees another one here. Brady Reed might try to go a little bit high with the fastball. Let's see if he can get Vale to chase one. See if he can come back with the high heat after the breaking ball. Trying to mess up the timing of Vale. And that one's going to hit out towards short. Backhanded by Cam Carter. Tried to make the throw, just couldn't get it out of the glove in time. And Luke Vale's going to reach on an infield single.
Now batting number 9, Jake Griffin.
And that'll put 1 on with 1 down. That'll bring up Jake Griffin, the center fielder, to hit from the left side.
And, Mike, it's plays like that that make you really appreciate and realize just how good and strong Brendan Neal is over at shortstop. The throws that he makes over to first, they're not easy.
Nah, not at all. He makes them look easy, but they're not. And also with Luke Vale reaching, that's going to bring Jack Jones out to run for him, the pitcher. So Jack Jones, a courtesy runner for Luke Vale today. And now Jake Griffin at the plate, hitting from the left side, 1 on, 1 down. First pitch across the outside corner from Reed makes it an 0-1 count. Poked out towards left field. Coming in forward is William Hilton. He'll make the grab. And Jack Jones makes his way back to first base and is now 2 down. Here in the second, and we reach the 9 hole with Mitchum Kelly. I know we talked about it throughout the year. Mitchum Kelly, not your typical 9 hole hitter, more like the second leadoff batter for Brookstone. He gets on base at a fairly high clip and able to get on there with that athleticism as well, able to move around the bases. It's basically like having a leadoff guy before your leadoff guy comes back up with Gray Jones in the on-deck circle. In the dirt, Brady Reed spiked that one as it hit about 57 feet. And it's a 1-0 count on Mitchum Kelly.
That one might have slipped just a tad out of his hand.
Yeah, just a little spike ball that time. Sometimes it happens. So now with a runner at first and a 1-0 count. Breaking ball. Doesn't chase it. Now 2 balls, no strikes. Nah. And now it's 3-0. Mitchum Kelly way ahead here, looking to get the take sign with a runner at first and 2 down. Oh, man, it's 2-1. Sorry. Did not see where the strike was unless Kelly went after that one that went in the dirt. And throw over to first. Back in time is Jack Jones. And 2 balls, 1 strike to Mitchum Kelly. Reed low and outside. It's now 3-1. Hitters count for the second baseman.
And usually the 3-1 as a hitter is where you love to be. Anything close, you're swinging for the fences.
Oh, yeah. You want to make sure it's your pitch because you know they've still got 2. They have to throw 2 strikes in a row or you're on regardless. So have it be in your wheelhouse here. And it does. And he hits that one out towards left field. Chasing back is William Hilton to the wall. And he's going to make – does he make it? It goes over the fence. Couldn't quite tell if he grabbed it or not, and it's going to be a 2-run shot by Mitchum Kelly. As you see the delayed response from a lot of the people. They couldn't tell if William Hilton grabbed the ball or not as it just went over the fence that time as Mitchum Kelly jumps out in front on a 3-1 fastball from Brady Reed. Now Brookstone with a 2-0 lead here in the second inning.
Yeah, and that really the first swing of the game, Mike, that we've seen Barrel get on the ball. Most of these hits have been off the end of the bat, off the handle. He got every bit of that one.
Yes, he did. He got every bit of it. Big swing, though 2 outs in the inning. So it comes down to that speed when Luke Vale was able to reach on the infield single, kept the inning alive with 2 down. And Mitchum Kelly able to get ahead of the count 3-1 and jumps on the pitch knowing that Brady Reed was trying to put one across the plate that time, and he got all over that one. Just over the outstretched hands that time of William Hilton. You saw his glove kind of go over the fence there. I didn't know if he was going to bring the ball back with him. Gave us just a second there to kind of wait for it, and once we saw it was a home run, then it took about another 8 seconds for everybody else to realize it was actually a home run. So even the kids in the dugout didn't come out till a little bit later as Mitchum Kelly was rounding second. And now we're back to the top of the order. Gray Jones with a base hit in the first, 1 for 1 in the ball game. Breaking ball stays high, and it's now 2-0. High and inside 3-0. Brady Reed having a little bit of trouble with the control here. The last couple of batters looking to try and get back in order.
Yeah, and this inning's still far from over. It might be 2 outs, but the meat of the lineup is up. And a 3-0 count to your leadoff man's never what you want.
Exactly. And that's going to be another 4-pitch walk from Reed. It's been one of the issues with Calvary Christian throughout the year as far as pitching goes. They have the arms. It's just a matter of being able to consistently put the ball over the plate. the first 2 games of the series, even talking to Coach Mathis last night after game 2, everybody always talked about the Calvary Christian Arms, giving up a good amount of walks, especially per 7 innings here in high school. But first 2 games of the series didn't walk that many at all, if not maybe 1, maybe 2 throughout the first 2 games, and already a couple walks here. And they're going to get another walk because they're going to intentionally put Brendan Neal over at first base for Luke Lowry.
I'll tell you what, I can't much blame him for that. Brendan Neal amped after seeing one already leave. He wants his as well.
Now batting number 12, Luke Lowry.
First pitch, strike to Luke Lowry. It's an 0-1 count now. 2 on, 2 outs here in the second, as Brookstone was able to jump out to a 2-0 lead thanks to Mitchum Kelly's 2-run shot out of the 9-hole. Breaking ball in there for a strike, and now he's ahead of the count, 0-2.
That was a really good frame job back there from Kennedy.
Yes, it was. Good little drop there. As you've seen a couple of times throughout the first 2 innings so far, Brady Reed kind of let that curveball go a little early as it comes in high. That one skied in the air. Getting up under it is Liam Hocutt. He makes the grab in foul territory, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. But not before Brookstone jumps out to the lead with 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors, 2 left on base. We'll head to the 3rd. It's 2-0 Cougars here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Jones with the Sports Vision's morning show for the best in local, regional, and national sports news. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
You can find the Sports Vision's morning show on Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify by typing in the Sports Vision's morning show, and download the Sports Vision's radio app right now in your app store today.
Sports Vision 92.1. We are your hometown sports guys.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
And we're back here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live as we get ready to start the 3rd inning, as Brookstone puts a 2 spot on the board in the bottom half with a Mitchum Kelly shot out to left field, just out of the glove of William Hilton at the wall. And with Luke Vale back on the mound, we're going to have Calvary stepping up to the plate, as we've got 2, 3, 4 due up for the Knights, with Trip Ellison looking to lead things off here. Had the first hit of the ball game and a stolen base, ended up being stranded at second base in the 1st inning.
We know Ellison has a lot of speed on the base paths, so if he gets on base, you got to be careful.
Yes, he is. He's an athlete out there, that's for sure. And a good defensive center fielder as well. Takes the first pitch from Vale, a little bit low, and it's a 1-0 count. Again, a crucial game right here in the series to see who can take, as Knights beat Cougars last season, 2 out of 3. Before the playoffs, and Brookstone went on that state championship run as they won back-to-back. And that one spiked in the dirt, 2-0. Looks like we got a little bit of confusion on the mound as Gray Jones makes his way out there to talk to Vale, as does the pitching coach for Brookstone. Going to have a conversation. Yeah, last year, I guess you can call it the unexpected when Calvary took 2 or 3 from Brookstone. Even though 2 of those games, again, at home for Calvary, they're kind of hard to beat at their own field, just as Brookstone is here, as they've taken the first one here. Calvary won last night at their home field before Brookstone went on to beat FPD and win the state title, which looks like that's what the track is going to be again this year, is Brookstone being top 3 in the state right now. FPD, not just #1 in GIAA, #1 ranked in all of Georgia. Down the line, it's going to get past the diving Jake Lowry. And Trip Ellison taking off for second. Throw in from Hudson Coons, not going to be in time, and it's going to be a head-first slide for Ellison as he gets his second hit of the ball game for a leadoff double here in the third.
And puts that speed on example for us right there. I mean, you know, a shot down the line usually will be a double, but Ellison was legging it.
Yeah, he was, and somehow he's more coordinated than me because he was able to get all his protective gear off while he was running down the first baseline. And then a good angle to get to the ball by Hudson Coon and showing off a good arm out there in right field to get it in quickly to Brendan Neal that made it closer than what people would have thought it would have been. And now that'll bring up Liam Hocutt here with nobody out and a runner at second. He's going to hit that one out into the 5-6 hole into left field. Charging in is Baker. And that'll move Trip Ellison up 90 feet as Hocutt gets a hit. And that puts runners at the corners now with nobody out. As they're looking to try to get some of those runs back when they gave up the 2 in the bottom half of the second. And perfect timing here for your cleanup hitter to come up with runners at the corners and nobody out.
And Liam Hocutt, not usually known to steal bases, but I wonder if they're going to try and put him in motion to bait a throw to second and get Ellison home.
And that one's going to be a little bit low and outside from Vail to start off Kennedy 1-0. Not known for his speed, but he's still athletic enough to get to second base. We've seen a few stolen bases from Hocutt on the year. And that was going to be skied foul. Jones looking to get to it, but it's going to go over the screen, land on the hill. Out of play to make it a 1-1 count. Kennedy hoping to at least cut this deficit in half with a base hit and bring Trip Ellison home from third. Luke Vail in trouble here. He's let runners on in every inning so far, at least runners in scoring position. And makes the throw over to third. It's going to go wide on the bad pickoff throw to third base, and Trip Ellison will come in to score on the E1. And Hocutt makes his way to second. So Calvary taking advantage so far this series of multiple errors. That's 8 errors so far in the first 2 games plus 2 innings.
And see, Mike, that looked like he wanted to throw, but then at the last second decided he wanted to change his mind, but he couldn't react quick enough to hold it, just sort of left his hand and floated.
We've seen it a couple times this year where the pitcher tries to get cute with that little throw over to third whenever they don't lift the leg and put it past the rubber so they can go to third. But every time that was shot out towards right center field, and Hocutt is going to round third. Let's see if they bring him around home here as he was kind of waiting back to see if anybody caught it. And Brendan Neal with the throw home is going to be caught off by Gray Jones. He'll throw it down to second as that one goes out of the glove of Neal into center. Big hit that time by Jackson Kennedy. And we're now knotted up at 2.
Now batting number 17, Liam.
As he gets the RBI single, Hocutt comes in. Kennedy makes his way to second on the throw home. And he's now 1 for 2 in the game. That's 3 base hits in a row to start off this inning. And you see Bo Reese going out to run for him as well. Big inning here coming out. Still nobody out here in the third.
And, Mike, it's like I said at the beginning of this game, this one is going to be who can make the least amount of mistakes. It's going to go back and forth and back and forth. Both these teams amped with it being such a big rivalry game to take the series. And so it's punch for punch right now.
I actually gave one short there. They've had 9 errors here, and it's in the third game, just in the third inning now. So that's going to be one of the things Brookstone's going to try to correct. We're in the latter part of the season, so it's kind of getting to the point where you don't feel like you should have to. But before you get to these playoffs, if you want to take on teams like FPD and Stratford, you have to be able to play your best game throughout the playoffs. It's going to be tough to beat a team like that to win a third straight title. So now a 2-2 ball game. Nobody out in an 0-1 count to Liam Anderson. And he fouls it back to put himself in the hole 0-2.
It's getting loud. This stadium is filled up.
Yeah, it's starting to fill up. Big rivalry here, especially after that game last night. I think everybody kind of really took it to heart when Calvary took that win last night, so they realized the magnitude of this one. And they're starting to fill up a little bit of life back in the crowd after that 2-run. And that one hit out towards right field. Looks like he's going to be tagging is Bo Reese. Hudson Coon makes the catch. He's going to throw over to third base. And off the glove of Luke Lowry. So tagging and making it to third is Bo Reese on the fly out by Liam Kennedy. So now that puts him just 90 feet away with one down here in the third. And that'll bring William Hilton up to the plate, who is gunned down by that 30-06 at shortstop on a backhanded throw. So, again, perfect opportunity here for Calvary to try to take the lead. You've got your left fielder at the plate who leads the team in batting average, with Bo Reese out there at third base now just 90 feet away from giving the Knights the lead here in the top half of the third.
And the infield playing way up here.
Yeah, they're trying to make sure that a ground ball does not allow a run. And if I'm William Hilton, I'm trying to lift it. I want to put it out in the outfield somewhere and allow the speedy Reese to make it home on a sac fly.
I mean, even a ball right back up the middle should do the trick.
And looks like we got timeout call this time. So they're going to say William Hilton called time before the play continued. So Bo Reese will make his way back to third.
And that right there, a big play. We might come back to that one when it's all said and done, because that was a run scored.
Yeah, it was. Bo Reese was able to get Luke Lowry napping out there on the mound. Almost a complete steal of home that time. And inside pitch to Hilton, and it's now a 1-1 count. So 1 ball, 1 strike to the Calvary left fielder. Now it's going to be chopped over towards first base. It's going to go off the foot, though, of Hilton. So it'll be a foul ball, and that'll put him behind in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Still 1 down. Calvary already putting 2 on the board here in the third to tie it back up. Bo Reese just 90 feet away from giving the Knights the lead here.
And the one thing you absolutely cannot do if you're William Hilton is strike out in this spot.
Now you at least want to put it in place somewhere. Let's see what Vail deals here. And he's going to pop it over towards first base, and with the infield in, that's going to keep Reese over at third base. It's going to be an unassisted ground out to Jake Lowry. And that'll give us 2 down now. And that'll bring up the starting pitcher for the Knights, Brady Reed. He walked his first time up on 4 pitches. Let's see if he can try and help himself out here and get a run scored and give himself the lead.
I got to be honest with you, I'm not sure why they didn't go for the bunt there. I mean, with the infield already up, there's really no reason to full swing. Send that speed on third home on the bunt.
Yeah, they said try for the old squeeze play. That would have been a fun thing to see. And Reed watches that one cross the inside corner to even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I mean, that was right on the black.
Yeah, well, that was a perfect little breaking ball that time by Luke Vail. Throws another one. That one breaks outside off the plate, and it's going to be 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down here in the third in the tie ball game. And popped off the screen over towards the Brookstone dugout, and it's now 2-2. As they've been able to put the bat on the ball fairly consistently here in this inning. Started off with 3 consecutive base hits. And that's where you see the 2 runs on the board here in the third. Off the plate, and that runs it full. Gray Jones tried to frame it that time, but you saw where it dealt just about 8 to 9 inches off the plate.
I wonder if they had ABS challenge if they would have tried it.
Hit over towards Brendan Neal at short. He'll come up, make the throw over to first in time to Jake Lowry. And the 6-3 put out ends the inning, but not before Calvary puts 2 on the board on 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We head to the bottom half. It's 2-2 ball game here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Whether you're building your business or finding your dream home, G2 Real Estate is with you every step of the way. Commercial or residential, our mission is the same, turning your vision into reality. With experience, insight, and a commitment to your success, we're more than brokers, we're your partners. G2 Real Estate, building futures one property at a time.
And we're back here as we get ready for the bottom half of the third at the Calvary. Ties the ball game back up in the top half. As Brady Reed still on the mound here for Calvary. We'll have 8-9-1. Let me see, make sure I'm right here. No, I'm sorry, 3-4-5. Now Jake Lowry stepping up to the plate. Jake Lowry 0 for 1 in the ball game. Flew out to center in the first. So actually it'll be 4, 5, 6 due up for Brookstone. Jake Lowry, Harrison Baker, and Fisher Ogle. Lowry 0 for 1 on the day now. Brady Reed looking to try and get a clean inning here after getting Calvary to tie the ball game back up. Hit out towards short. Cam Carter comes up with it. The throw over to first in time to Liam Hocutt for the 6-3 putout. I mean, I know we talk about Brennan Neal, the junior that signed with Auburn, but to see Cam Carter out there at short, be able to show that kind of arm and that kind of defense as an 8th grader here at this level is a feat to be talked about, actually.
And as an 8th grader on varsity, this is like the Super Bowl for you, the World Series, Game 7 right here.
And Harrison Baker skies that one up into short left field. Coming in forward is Trip Ellison. And he'll make the grab for the second out of the inning. So now nobody on 2 down for the Cougars, and now to bring up Fisher Ogle. Struck out to start off the second. So he's 0 for 1 in the ball game so far.
Mike, watching that play, Trip Ellison reminds me so much of how Corbin Carroll plays for the Diamondbacks. I mean, just so much speed in the center field position, but also really good, solid bat.
Able to get in and make a good play that time was Ellison. Made it look easier than what it was. Not a whole lot of us had that type of range in center. First pitch to Ogle, outside for a ball, 1-0 here with 2 down in the third.
I know if I ran that much, I'd need me a whole bottle of water.
Shoot, bring me the oxygen. Breaking ball. 2-0 count now on Fisher Ogle. Skied off the screen that time, and it's a 2-1 count on Fisher Ogle. And we can expect a tight ball game regardless. The first 2 have been tight. Brookstone won the first one 5-3. Calvary took the set game 2, 3-2. And now it's knotted up. Breaking ball gets Ogle out in front of that one and makes it 2-2. See a little bit of bullpen action going down there on the Calvary side. Looks like it's possibly Braxton Wilkinson warming up for the Knights. Might see him coming in here. I guess we'll see with the way this inning goes for Brady Reed. And Ogle chases that one, but he's going to reach first after that one got away from Jackson Kennedy. So even though he got the strikeout, he'll reach first base. And that's a second strikeout of the ball game for Brady Reed. Second time he's gotten Ogle to go down on strikes. And that'll bring Luke Vale up to the plate, the pitcher today. Had an infield hit as Cam Carter tried to backhand it, but unable to get to it in time to make the throw in time to get Vale running down the line. So now 1 on, 2 down. Outside ball 1. Hit out, foul, out of play over the first base dugout. Now 1-1 count on Luke Vale. as he restraps the batting gloves and gets ready to step back in the box here. Fisher Ogle over at first after reaching on the wild pitch with a strikeout. That one's going to go inside and hit Luke Vale for a dead ball, and that'll put runners at first and second.
Now batting number 9, Jake Griffin.
So with a runner in scoring position now, Mike, that free base runner could come back to bite him in the butt.
Oh, exactly. And right now that's 2 they've been able to put on with 2 down. Got the first 2 out fairly quickly. And Jack Jones will come out to run for Luke Vale again as Coach Steve Smith makes his way out to the mound to talk to Brady Reed. Try and get him refocused here. You got the first 2 batters out fairly quickly here in the third. And then actually should have been the third out with Fisher Ogle at the plate. You get the strikeout, but it gets away from Jackson Kennedy, and he reaches first. And then followed up with a hit by pitch to Luke Vale. Now you've got 2 on and 2 out. And the 8-hole hitter, Jake Griffin, will step up to the plate from the left side, the center fielder. As he was up earlier and flew out to left field in the second inning, 0 for 1 in the ball game. Outside corner for a strike to Griffin, and it's 0-1. Let's see if that timeout came at a good time from Steve Smith to kind of get Brady Reed back in check, get his control. Outside, and it's now 1-1. I'm not too sure about the speed of Ogle. We haven't seen him run too much, but if a base hit would bring him in from second base, let's see if Jake Griffin can try to give the Cougars a lead here. And that's going to catch the black that time to make it a 1-2 count. And now Brady Reed working ahead here with 2 down in the third.
I got to know what Steve Smith went and told him. Wonder if it's like Space Jam with Michael's secret stuff.
We used to do the ones back then where it was just talk about whatever. Our coach would come out there to the mound and be like, so what do y'all want, pizza or burgers tonight? And it just it'd throw you off enough to where you forgot that you were having a bad little outing right there. You just kind of regrouped. As that one goes in the dirt, and it makes it a 2-2 count to Jake Griffin. So we got a big at-bat right here from the Brookstone center fielder is Brady Reed trying to get out of another jam here in the bottom half of the third. Off the plate, and it runs it full, so we'll get a payoff pitch here with runners at first and second. They're both going to be running on the pitch. And hit up the middle that time, and it's going to get through under the glove of Cam Carter as Brookstone was taking off on the pitch, and now to bring Fisher Ogle around from second base. And the RBI by Jake Griffin gives Brookstone the lead here, 3-2. As that pass ball on the strikeout coming back to bite the Calvary defense. You got to think about it, in the bottom half or the top half of the third, Bo Reese trying to take home where there was a squeeze play or a steal of home there. Seems like William Hilton kind of missed the signal from Coach Steve Smith. Couldn't tell what he was trying to tell him what to do, so he called timeout right in the middle of Bo Reese making his way to the home plate. So that run was nullified, kept it a 2-2 ball game. He didn't end up scoring at all that inning. Then in this one, you get the first 2 batters out quickly. The third one comes up. You strike him out. He gets by on a pass ball, and then all of a sudden he comes around to score. Now they got the lead 3-2. And we're going to get a pitching change. So while he gets ready to warm up, Braxton Wilkinson on the mound now. We'll take a break, and we'll be back. 3-2 ball game. Cougars on top on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today.
I'm bringing my other half.
I'm bringing the pep talk. Come on!
I'm clearing my head.
And I'm clearing 300.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Get all the perks with a PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Join in club or online today. Deal ends soon. See club for details.
And we're back here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live with a pitching change. Braxton Wilkinson coming to the mound in relief of Brady Reed. Brady Reed going 2 2/3 innings, giving up 5 base hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. So far, 3 runs, and he's still responsible for the 2 on base, with Jack Jones at second and Jake Griffin at first. And that'll bring up Mitchum Kelly, who jolted the Brookstone offense in the bottom half of the second with a 2-run shot. And that was a 2-out 2-run home run by Mitchum Kelly in the second inning to give Brookstone the initial lead. And now he'll step back up to the plate with 2 on and 2 out here in the bottom half of the third. And the first pitch from Wilkinson outside for a ball to Kelly, and it's 1-0. One of the things, if you're Coach Smith right now, you have to hope that Braxton Wilkinson's on his game, because sometimes throughout the year the wildness starts to kick in. A 1-4 on the season with a 5.25 ERA. And that one's going to get chopped over towards third. Sam Hilton comes up with it, makes a throw over to first in time, and that stops the bleeding here in the third inning, but not before Brookstone takes the lead 3-2 as we head to the top half of the fourth. Brookstone on top here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Both Chevy Silverado and Traverse are ready for you. Get supplier pricing today on all new Chevy Silverado 1500s with up to $13,500 off. Or get a loaded Traverse, the roomy Chevy SUV with third row seating, and enjoy up to $6,000 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Smart people from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Get ready to smile.
And we're back here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live at A. Ilgis Field here at Brookstone School as they're taking on the Calvary Knights. Calvary coming back in the top half of the third to tie things up, and then Brookstone jumping right back ahead with an unearned run in the bottom half of the third, as with 2 down, Fisher Ogle able to reach after striking out on a pass ball. Came around to score to give Brookstone the lead. And starting off here in the top half of the fourth, it'll be Jay Smith at the plate. 1 for 1, had a base hit out to left field his first time up in the second. Takes the second one inside, and he's now ahead of the count, 2-0. Breaking ball outside, and he's way ahead, 3-0.
Not expecting a swing here.
Not at all here. See if he can try to get Vale coming back out onto the mound to throw a strike. And he's going to hit that one across the knees on the outside corner to make it 3-1. Still a hitter's count for Jay Smith as Vale tries to come back in the count here in this at-bat. And that one's going to be roped down the line just left of the third base. Steve Smith, as stoic as ever, just watched it go right by his feet that time. Sometimes you see third base coaches try to dive out of the way, worried about getting hit. And it's now a full count. We get a payoff pitch as umpire halts play here, waiting on one of the Calvary players to pick up the foul ball. And rope down the line again. That time it goes past the glove of Luke Lowry into left field, and Jay Smith with his second base hit of the ball game. Here to start off the fourth inning.
Now batting number 31.
And now he's on 2 for 2 now. So it's 1 on, nobody out for Sam Hilton. He'll step to the plate here. 0 for 2, 0 for 1 in the ball game. Reached on an E6 in the second.
Yeah, the rare E6 that you hear from Brookstone.
Yep, exactly. But that time by Hilton, perfectly placed. Lowry makes a good play though, throwing on the run. And that puts Jay Smith out at second after the sack bunt by Sam Hilton. And that puts us back to the top of the order. Nate Osborne will step in now. 0 for 2 in the ball game. Lined out to short to start off the ball game. And flew out to left to end the second. So now with a runner in scoring position and 1 out. Calvary hoping to get a tie ball game here. Luke Vale hoping for the clean inning. And that one a little bit high on Osborne. They say he doesn't go, and it's a 1-0 count. Check swing that time from the Calvary right fielder. And off the screen to even things up 1-1. You look at Brookstone defensively, you got the entirety of right center field wide open. If you were to get a breaking ball from Luke Lowry, you want to take it that way, as now you see Jake Griffin try to go more straight center field now in positioning. Inside, that one goes across the inside corner for a strike, and that puts Osborne behind 1-2. He didn't like the call. But regardless, that umpire's been pretty consistent with that call all night long, whether it was Brady Reed on the mound or Luke Vale.
For sure.
And down low to even things up 2-2.
I'll tell you what, Mike, something about Nate Osborne that a lot of people don't know. You wouldn't think it if you met the guy. He's so nice in person, but he's got an intensity about him when he is on a football field or on the baseball diamond. He's locked in.
Yeah, once you cross the lines, it's a different ball game, and that's going to be a payoff pitch now as it's a full count on the Calvary leadoff batter. So payoff pitch with 1 down. You got Jay Smith out at second base. In the dirt, ball 4, and Nate Osborne coaxes a walk out of Luke Vale, and he'll reach base, and that'll put 2 on with 1 down for Trip Ellison. 2 for 2 in the ball game, as he's got 1 base hit in the first, and then had that big double out to right, came around to score in the third. And Coach Mathis will make his way out to the mound to have a conversation with Luke Vale. And we've seen a lot of innings, not a whole lot of bullpen innings throughout this series, as Luke Lowry started game 1, went 5. Neal came in to shut the door down the last 2. Game 2, Jake Lowry starts, goes 5. Neal comes in, throws 1 inning. So if he has to turn to his bullpen, whether it be Mitchum Kelly, whether it be Thomas Caves, this early in the ball game, he's got the rest in his bullpen to be able to use if case Luke Vale gets in a little bit more trouble here in the 4th.
For sure.
Now batting number 1, Trip Ellison.
Now the center fielder stepping back up again. 2 for 2 in the ball game.
You know, Mike, this series here between Brookstone and Calvary, this is what you want out of a rivalry. You want it to be close, neck and neck the whole way. Sort of like the Braves and the Phillies. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I mean, it's heated, but they're always going to be great games.
Over the plate for a strike from Vale, and it's 0-1 to Ellison. That time, see if it was a timely timeout by Coach Mathis to go out there and get Vale as he comes back with a strike after walking Nate Osborne. In the dirt, 1-1. Good stop behind the plate that time by Gray Jones to keep the runners from advancing. Oh, hit out to right field. Hudson Kuhn with the grab. Tagging over at second is Jay Smith, and he'll make his way to third. And that'll put runners at the corners with 2 down here in the top half of the fourth. So now just 90 feet away. And now we're back here. Runners at the corners here in the top half of the fourth, 2 down. And the 3-hole hitter, Liam Hocutt, stepping to the plate here. After Trip Ellison flew out to right. And that's going to be skied in the air. Jake Lowry under it, trying to call everybody off towards the line that time, and makes the grab in fair territory for the third out, and that strands 2 more runners for Calvary. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on base. We'll head to the bottom half of the fourth. It's still 3-2 Brookstone here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Whether you're building your business or finding your dream home, G2 Real Estate is with you every step of the way. Commercial or residential, our mission is the same, turning your vision into reality. With experience, insight, and a commitment to your success, we're more than brokers, we're your partners. G2 Real Estate, building futures one property at a time.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
And we're back here getting ready for the bottom half of the fourth. Ball game here between Calvary Christian and Brookstone. Brookstone with a 3-2 lead.
Number 24, Gray Jones.
Braxton Wilkinson coming in the bottom half of the third to get the last out and kind of stop the little bit of momentum the Cougars had there as he came in relief of Brady Reed. Now we're back to the top of the order for the Brookstone Cougars. So for the third time today, Gray Jones will step in the box. He's 1 for 1 with a base hit and a walk. Stranded at second both times. Actually, he wasn't. It was Kite Wilson, his courtesy runner. Off the plate from Braxton Wilkinson is now a 1-0 count. So Wilkinson trying to keep this a 3-2 ball game. Skied in the air. Short left field, drifting back is Carter, being caught off by Trip Ellison. He'll make the grab for the fly out to start off the fourth.
And you get the feeling if anything is put in the air toward Trip Ellison, he's going to get it. No matter where he's at, he's there.
You put enough air on the ball, he's chasing it down, and he's calling off anybody and everybody. But you can do that when you have that kind of range and that kind of ability defensively, so can't be mad at that. Cam Carter more than willing to get out of the way. Of course, you want to call off an infielder trying to back up, but and now that'll bring Brennan Neal up to the plate. 1 for 1 in the ball game. He reached on a base hit and an intentional walk. And he'll take the first pitch outside the zone, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. A little bit high and outside, 2-0. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball from Wilkinson. It's now 2 balls, 1 strike. And we got time out at the plate as he gets ready to get set again here. Wilkinson toes the rubber with a 2-1 count here with one down in the fourth. Off the plate, and he's now behind 3-1. Basically right now, Brendan Neal ready to jump on anything thrown across the strike zone. Here with a 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on another breaking ball by Wilkinson. Perfect timing that time to get him out in front of that one. So now it's a 3 balls, 2 strike, full count to Neal.
He definitely pulled the rug out from underneath him on that swing and miss.
Yeah, that was a beautiful little breaking ball that time by Wilkinson. See what he's got cooked up here with the payoff pitch due up to Neal. Not really trying to work around him or throw around him as much as just try to get him to chase something. You don't want to put anything right in his wheelhouse. And he's going to foul tip that one. It goes off the glove of Kennedy, and Neal stays alive. Same pitch he's gotten him to swing at the first 2 times in this at-bat. Able to get just enough contact on that one. And he got him on that time with another breaking ball, and he gets Brendan Neal to go down swinging for the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the ball game for Wilkinson. And we'll now head to the 3-hole. Luke Lowry 0 for 2 in the ball game with a fly out to the left. Looking to try to extend the inning here, but Wilkinson trying to slam the door shut and get Calvary back in the dugout and get the bats back in their hands.
And you know that strikeout felt really good for Wilkinson.
Oh, it did. To strike out a kid as talented as Brendan Neal. And that one, first pitch hit right back to him, and thankfully for the height of Hokut and the fact that Luke Lowry wasn't hustling down the line, they're able to get the 1-3 put out. As Lowry all of a sudden saw the fact that Hokut had to come off the bag to get to the ball and then tried to hustle up and get there, but still got beat. And that's 3 up, 3 down go the Cougars. We'll head to the 5th. Still 3-2 Brookstone on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Your surprisingly great rates? Contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Carol Purdue in Phoenix City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Oh, they're bringing Neal in. And we're back. Here's the top of the 5th as Luke Vale will give way to Brendan Neal as he'll come in to try and keep the door slammed shut on Calvary. Coach Mathis trying to utilize his big shortstop to come into the ball game and keep it a 3-2 game at this point. As Vale went 4 innings, giving up 2 runs on 6 hits and stranded 7 Calvary base runners in that time. So now Neal, of course, with a ERA around .39 on the season. I believe he's given up 1 earned run on the season so far. Looking to try and keep it that way.
Brendan Neal putting up Mason Miller numbers.
Yeah, that is true. So 2 walks and 1 strikeout on the day for Luke Vale. And that brings Neal in. So now, let's see, Jake Lowry stays at first. Luke Vale goes over to second. And Mitchum Kelly makes his way to short with the pitching change. As usually, we don't see Brendan Neal come in until about usually the 6th inning, but Coach Mathis not wanting to take any chances here with a big rubber match and trying to keep that top ranking in GIAA. Not wanting to give up 2 out of 3 here to Calvary for the 2nd year in a row. Here's Neal finishing his warm-ups. The throw down from Gray Jones, and now we'll get ready to start the fifth. And it'll be 4, 5, 6 due up for Calvary with Jackson Kennedy looking to lead things off. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Grounded out to first in the first and had a base hit to center in the third inning.
Now batting number
That ended
2,
up
Jackson.
tying the ball game with Hokut on base. So now Kennedy getting ready to step in to face Brennan Neal here in the fifth. In the dirt, ball 1. Neal with 3 scoreless innings thrown in relief already in this series. That's going to be chopped out towards second base, picked up by Vale. He'll make the throw over to first in time for the 4-3 put out to start off the fifth here.
Now batting number 17, Liam.
And now that'll bring up Liam Anderson out of the 5 hole, the designated hitter 0 for 2 in the ball game. Grounded out to first to start off the second and flew out to right in the third, 0 for 2. And that's going to go inside and almost hit him. 1-0 count. Swing and a miss down the middle, and it's 1-1. Swing and a miss, and it's a 1-2 count now on Liam Anderson. As Neal starting to heat up a little bit out here in this 89-degree weather.
Not hard to do out here.
Nah. And he chases after that one, dropped by Gray Jones, picks it right back up and tags Liam Anderson in the box for the strikeout. Second out of the inning, first strikeout of the ball game for Neal. And that'll bring up the left fielder, William Hilton. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Hitting that 5-6-3 as Brendan Neal threw him out for short, going off the glove of Luke Lowry and grounded out to first in the third. So nobody on 2 down here in the fifth. Brendan Neal trying to shut the door down here late in the ball game. I'm assuming Coach Mathis is wanting to get him those last 9 outs. And outside 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes to William Hilton. Hitting from the left side here with Brendan Neal on the mound. Squares around, pulls it back, goes over to the plate for a strike, and it's now 2-1.
And honestly, I like this approach from Hilton here at the plate. Make him throw you strikes. If he's not going to throw you strikes, don't swing at nothing.
Yeah, don't chase. That was going to be grounded over down the line, foul. And that evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes now on William Hilton. Here with 2 down and nobody on in the fifth. Hit foul over towards the Calvary dugout. A little bit of a ricochet. You see everybody's shoulders kind of go up and clench up. And Hilton stays alive and keeps it 2-2. He's going to hit that one out towards short. Charging in is Kelly. Comes up throwing in time for the out, and he'll get Hilton by about a step. So good play by Mitchum Kelly, converting over from second to short this inning. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Knights as we head to the bottom half of the fifth. It's still 3-2 Brookstone on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible to be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy and Gordy Eye Care, for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Houlihan serves fresh, handcrafted dishes made just the way you like them. Juicy burgers, sizzling steaks, crisp salads, and shareable appetizers set the table for every appetite. Relax with friends, celebrate special moments, or enjoy a casual night out. Houlihan's delivers great food, great drinks, and great times, with 2 locations in Columbus, downtown at the Marriott Hotel and on Sidney Simons Boulevard at the Doubletree Hotel.
And we're back here to get ready to start the bottom half of the 5th. Brookstone coming to the plate. Wilkinson still on the mound.
Now batting number 14.
And it'll be 4, 5, 6 due up for the Cougars here with Jake Lowry looking to lead things off. 0 for 2 in the ball game with a fly out to center and a ground out to short. So far through 4 innings, Brookstone 3 runs on 5 hits, and they've stranded 6.
You got to think this 1-run lead is not going to be enough to be able to win this game. They might need to tack on 2 or 3 more.
Well, I believe that's probably why we saw Coach Mathis go ahead and bring Brennan Neal out here in the 5th to try to get the last 9 outs of the ball game. Big series right here between these two. Is charging in as Carter making the throw over to first in time. Gets Jake Lowry. Another great play defensively by the young 8th grader at shortstop. Can't help but be a fan of him, as he's going to be a good one. He's still got 4 more years at Calvary after this. And that'll bring Harrison Baker up to the plate here with nobody on and 1 out. Baker 0 for 2 in the ball game. He's flown out to center both times. Likes to put a little bit of lift on the ball. Like we said, we saw it yesterday with the solo shot to left against Calvary at Calvary. And he'll hit that one foul down the third baseline off the dugout for an 0-1 count. Looking out the bullpen again, a little bit more action over there for Calvary as we see Braylon Frierson warming up in the bullpen. And out in front of that one is Baker, and he's now behind in the count 0-2. And nobody on 1 out here in the bottom half of the 5th.
I'll tell you what, Mike, I wouldn't be in any hurry to take Braxton Wilkinson out. He's come in and has thrown very well.
He has. He's got Harrison Baker up under that one as it gives skies up. Cam Carter in short center makes the grab for the pop-up. And there's now 2 down here in the 5th, and that'll bring up Fisher Ogle. 0 for 2 in the ball game with 2 strikeouts, though he did reach. Actually, we're going to have Ben Ivy coming up to hit for Fisher Ogle. As Ogle's 0 for 2 in the ball game with 2 strikeouts, though he did reach based on that last strikeout. They put Brookstone out in front 3-2 as he came around to score later in the inning, even though there was 2 down already. Now Ben Ivy coming in to pinch hit, hitting from the left side. Here with 2 outs and nobody on base. He's going to poke one out towards center field. Trip Ellison camps under it, makes the grab, and 3 up, 3 down go the Cougars in the 5th. As looks like Braxton Wilkinson has really settled down here as he's retired. 7 straight Cougars. We'll head to the 6th inning. It's still 3-2 Brookstone here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Step into history at Millhouse Kitchen and Bar. Nestled along the Chattahoochee River, Millhouse is more than a restaurant. It's a dining experience. Enjoy Southern classics with a bold twist, river views, impeccable ambience, and exceptional service. Join us for dinner or cocktails and see for yourself. Reserve your table online at millhouseatcityknolls.com.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
we're back here at A. Ilges Field here at Brookstone. It's the NAI G2 game of the week. Jack Hayes and his team, NAI G2 Commercial Real Estate. I'd like to thank those guys, Jack Hayes and them, for being big parts of bringing these Brookstone ball games to you out here off of Bradley Park Drive. As we're heading to the 6th inning. It's a 3-2 ball game. Brookstone on top. Last inning, Coach Mathis deciding to bring Brendan Neal in early in relief here. As usually, like we said, he usually doesn't come in until the 7th, maybe as early as the 6th, but now he came in the 5th, got the first 3 down. As they're trying to keep this a 3-2 ball game. A little conversation going on between him and the base umpire. Not sure what that's about. And now he'll get ready to start it off here as we get ready with Brady Reed coming up to the plate, the 7-hitter for Calvary. 0 for 1 in the ball game. Reached on a walk and was stranded at third in the 2nd. Grounded out to short in the 3rd. So 0 for 1 in the ball game here, and he comes in to face Brendan Neal to start off the 6th. Swing, foul, tipped into the glove of Gray Jones for a strike, and it's 0-1. Middle infield playing back towards the grass. And that's going to go inside. Almost clipping Reed around the forearm area, and it evens the count 1-1. Foul tipped off the screen. It's now 1-2 count. Reed behind here on Brendan Neal. As Calvary was able to put runners on base in every inning so far until the last one when Neal came into the ball game. That was the first 3-up, 3-down inning in the 5th for the Calvary offense. And it's now a 2-2 count on Reed. Inside, and he's going to get him looking that time on the inside corner around letter high for the strikeout. Second strikeout of the ball game for Neal in relief. And that'll bring up Jay Smith.
Now batting number 34.
And I'll tell you what, I think that might have been as close as you could possibly get.
Oh, yeah, it was a tight one right there. Of course, Reed, a lot of these kids get up close to the box anyway, and that time Smith 2 for 2 in the ball game. Skies one out towards left center. And calling them off and making the grab is Jake Griffin for the 2nd out. And now with nobody on 2 down, Sam Hilton will step up to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Reached on an E6 in the 2nd and had a sacrifice bunt in the 4th. So 0 for 1 in the ball game here with 2 down, nobody on in the 6th. Facing the Auburn commit, the junior Brendan Neal. Hits that one off the screen, and it's now an 0-1 count. Even though he does a good job on the mound, that's not where Neal really got his promise as a commit to Auburn. He's a great, phenomenal shortstop and a phenomenal bat. He just has the gunslinger arm to be able to come up there and close out ball games, and has the mentality to close out ball games as well. And he's got Sam Hilton in the hole now, 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 3rd strikeout of the game for Neal. And he sets the Knights in order again in the 6th. And we head down to the bottom half. Still, Brookstone 3, Calvary 2 on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
back here. It's the bottom of the 6th here at A. Ilges Field for the NAIG 2 game of the week in the rubber match between these two. They split the first two of the series. As coming in relief, Braylon Frierson, the junior, the lefty, coming in to pitch here in the 6th inning. As he's coming in relief of Braxton Wilkinson, who did great in relief of Brady Reed. 2 1/3 innings. No hits, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout as he struck out got set down 7 consecutive Brookstone hitters. Didn't allow anybody on base after he came in the 3rd inning and shut down Brookstone as they were looking to try to extend their lead.
And Mike, this arm angle that Frierson's thrown with, it really reminds me of like a Josh Hader type of pitcher there. Could be hard to hit.
Oh, yeah, he's got the angle and all. He's another one of those ones where if he puts it in the strike zone, he's going to have a great outing. He's another one of these Calvary guys who come in, can sling it, but also it's about control. And so far today, we've actually seen pretty good control out of the Brookstone pitchers actually all week long. Like I said, we talked about it with Coach Mathis after the game last night, where expecting a little bit more of that control issues by Calvary, but they've come in and you can tell Coach Smith has really worked with these kids to kind of get them back to where they can throw the ball over the plate. Quit just trying to sling it and go for max velocity. Find your location and put it there. As now we head now with Luke Vale leading things off for Brookstone. Actually, no, that's Nick Hatchell pitch hitting for Vale. And he'll hit the first one out of play for a strike, and it's 0-1. So Hatchell at the plate now to face Frierson, the lefty.
Compared his pitching style to Josh Hader, he's got the same hair as well.
Yeah. Chop foul off the handle that time as he kind of sawed off Hatchell with the inside pitch, and he's way ahead of count 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes now from Braylon Frierson to Nick Hatchell leading off the 6th. Calvary has more hits on the night than Brookstone, but Brookstone able to take advantage of a couple of miscues. And it's now a 1-2 count on Hatchell as he doesn't chase the waste pitch from Frierson. And hit out towards second base. Jay Smith waits on it, makes the throw to first in time with the 4-3 put out to start off the 6th inning, and Hatchell goes down.
Now batting number 9.
And that'll bring Jake Griffin up to the plate, the center fielder. 1 for 2 in the ball game. He's flown out to left and had a base hit to center. So 1 for 2 for Griffin. As that base hit is what ended up bringing Fisher Ogle around to score to give Brookstone the lead. Breaking ball off the plate to start him off 1-0.
Man, that traveled the entire way across the plate.
Yeah, it is kind of swept out there, a little more of a sweeper than your average breaking ball.
Mm-hmm.
And that one hit foul off the screen to even the count on Griffin, 1-1. See here now with the 1-1 count, everybody ready to go here as Frierson toes the rubber. Griffin back in the box here with the 1-1 pitch. Hit out towards second base again this time. Jay Smith gets up under it, makes the throw over to first, and gets Griffin out as he tried to run that one out. Good speed that time by the center fielder from Brookstone. And another 4-3 put out. And that'll bring us to the 9-hole hitter, Mitchum Kelly, who has had the biggest hit of the ball game so far with the 2-run shot in the second. The 2-run shot in the second that ended up putting Brookstone out in front to start things off here. And now he'll step to the plate with nobody on and 2 down. Frierson able to coax 2 ground outs to start off the 6th. Outside and high 1-0. Calvary trying to get back in the dugout, put the helmets on, and getting the bats in their hands as they're down to just 3 outs here to try to at least tie this ball game in the 7th. It's going to be hard to do with Brennan Neal on the mound.
For sure.
And hit out towards shortstop. Picked up out there by Cam Carter. The throw in time for the 6-3 put out to end the 6th. And down go the Brookstone Cougars in order. That's 10 consecutive Brookstone batters put down by the Calvary pitching staff. We'll head to the 7th. And 3 outs to go for Calvary as they're down 3-2 here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Whether you're building your business or finding your dream home, G2 Real Estate is with you every step of the way. Commercial or residential, our mission is the same, turning your vision into reality. With experience, insight, and a commitment to your success, we're more than brokers, we're your partners. G2 Real Estate, building futures one property at a time.
Going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Enjoy huge savings on our complete lineup of GMC Sierras and GMC Terrains. Full-size and powerful GMC Sierra at $13,500 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Drive away in the stylish GMC Terrain as low as $395 a month. People from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Check us out 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today.
I'm bringing my other half.
I'm bringing the pep talk. Come on!
I'm clearing my head.
And I'm clearing 300.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Get all the perks with the PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Join in club or online today. Deal ends soon. See club for details.
And we're back here. It's the 7th and possibly final inning here, depending on what Calvary can do at the plate and depending on what Brendan Neal does on the mound, as he's set down 6 consecutive nights in relief coming in the 5th inning. 3 strikeouts so far for him in 2 innings of relief, and he looks to shut the door down and get the save.
Now batting number 10.
And due up for Calvary. We're at the top of the lineup, 1, 2, 3. So he's getting to face Calvary's top batters here to start off the 7th inning. Let's see who has the moxie to close this one out. Can Calvary try to tie it up? Can Neal win the series for Brookstone? He smokes that one by Osborne on the first pitch to make it an 0-1 count. Off the plate that time, evens it up 1-1. Like we talked about, all 3 games so far in this series close. Brookstone winning game 1 5-3. Calvary winning 3-2. And now Brookstone ahead of this one 3-2 in the 7th. As Osborne takes a hack at that one, he's behind 1-2. And that'll go off the handle of the bat.
It's like a wiffle ball play right there.
A little bit of a cue shot off the handle that time by Osborne, and he stays alive to keep it 1-2. And off the plate, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Osborne. And that'll run the count full. As Osborne showing a little bit of patience and a little bit of a good eye at the plate.
He did that in his last at bat too, Mike.
Yep. And he actually thought it was ball 4. And they're going to call strike 3 again. So another close one that time goes in favor of the Cougars. And Osborne not happy with it. 4th strikeout in relief by Neal, and there's now 1 down in the 7th.
And Mike, if I'm being completely honest, I agree with Nate Osborne on that. That looked a little bit outside for my liking, but that's why I'm up here. I'm not on the field for a reason, so. But that was a great pitch from Neal. Great 3-2 pitch to set him down, and I'm telling you, that had to have been right there on the line.
Yeah, we have to see. I wish we could have like one of those close-ups, or like you said, ABS. I'd be tapping my helmet if I was Nate Osborne.
Absolutely.
And now that's Trip Ellison stepping up to the plate with one down. He's 2 for 3 in the ball game. And first pitch on the outside corner. He's not too happy with that one as well, as it seems like the corners have disappeared in the strike zone. It's just a big white dish. And that fouled off by Ellison as 0-2. Starting to wonder if maybe home plate umpires done gotten a little bit hot himself out there and wants this thing to be over with.
Hot or hungry.
Some of these late inning calls. He's been consistent the entire game, so to see him doing this in the 7th, a little bit of change right there. I mean, just to have a couple of missed calls.
It's supper time, Mike.
And another one spoiled by Trip Ellison to stay alive and keep it 0-2. Neal, again, trying to see if he's got a hammer in his back pocket over there to see if he can try to nail this thing shut. And Ellison keeps spoiling good pitches and keeps it 0-2.
Trip Ellison having a heck of an at-bat right now.
Yes, he is. Able to maintain contact and spoil some good pitches by Neal to stay alive. And that one's actually going to go up the middle. Mitchum Kelly makes his way over to throw to first. Is not going to be in time, and the speedy Ellison gets on with a single. Infield hit. That's 3 for 4 on the day for Trip Ellison. Great day at the plate for the center fielder as well as out in the field. We've seen him make some rangy catches out there. And that'll put the 3-hole hitter Liam Hokut at the plate with 1 down and 1 on here in the 7th. Hokut 1 for 3 in the ball game with a strikeout. A base hit to the left, came around to score. And a pop up to first.
And no doubt in my mind, I would be sending Ellison at first right now.
Gone. Gray Jones, a throw to second. Not going to be in time as he gets under the tag. A little bit of a hop that time on the throw to Kelly. Kelly not happy with it, but it was a high tag regardless.
For sure. And so before I could even get the statement out, he was gone. That's how quick he is.
And he got in. I mean, you got a guy in Gray Jones with a great arm behind the plate. You got Neal, who's a quick delivery to the plate. So all around, it would have been tough to get a stolen base, but Ellison, you could tell the tag was around the waist area, maybe a little bit higher when he slid up underneath it.
Trying to walk it off.
It's close play regardless that time, and they get away with one to keep it 1 down. And Hokut actually did not call time. I believe the umpire dropped something on the ground. He picks it up. And now it's an 0-1 count on Hokut, and Ellison in scoring position, down 1 in the 7th. Gets a hold of one. That time it goes out to right field. Kuhn under it. Tagging it second is Ellison. He'll make the play over to third. Kuhn with the throw. Sliding in safely is Ellison. So the tying run now 90 feet away.
And Calvary has been in this position so many times this game with a runner on third and 2 outs and have yet to capitalize. Can they do it in the biggest moment?
Yes, they have. They've had plenty of opportunities. They've stranded 7 so far this ball game, being down 1. And with Neal on the mound, Jackson Kennedy stepping up to the plate. Kennedy 1 for 3 on the day. Grounded out to first, had a base hit to center that plated the runs that tied it up at that point. Now a ground out to second. So 1 for 3. And the senior catcher getting ready to face Brendan Neal in the biggest at bat of the ball game. In the dirt, good stop by Gray Jones to keep Ellison over at third, and it's a 1-0 count.
I think Ellison's looking for any passed ball. If anything even gets close to getting past the catcher, I think Ellison's going to be going.
Oh, definitely. He's going to try to take advantage of that. Hit out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now 1-1 pitch here to Jackson Kennedy with Ellison at third. In the dirt, good stop again by Gray Jones. Heck of a play.
That's 2 now from Jones.
That's clutch.
That's a bat.
Yeah, that's clutch from Gray Jones to be able to stop 2 in the dirt and keep Ellison from coming in with the tying run. And that was going to be hit off the screen. And it's now 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Calvary catcher. And we've seen Kennedy make plenty of plays, whether behind the plate or at the dish so far this season. This one about as big as any of them as he's had. Swing and a miss, and Neal gets out of it, gets the save, and sets down the Knights with a 3-2 victory. So Brookstone improves to 20-4 on the season, 8-1 in the region. Calvary Christian drops to 9-14 and goes to 4-5 in region play. And a tightly contested series here. Like we said, it's 2-1. Brookstone takes the series win, but only a 1-run difference as far as score goes here. 5-3, 3-2, 3-2. And with that, we're going to have to give our Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game is going to go to the second baseman today, Mitchum Kelly, with that big 2-run shot in the second. Couple more plays defensively for the Brookstone Cougars, but that 2-run shot is really what put them in the ballgame as Calvary out-hit Brookstone tonight. Couple of errors defensively by the Cougars as well. Could have really given this ballgame up, but Mitchum Kelly's 2-run shot kept Brookstone in the ballgame, gave them that initial lead, and they were able to take advantage in the third. No runs were scored in the ballgame after the third inning, so it all came down to that big 2-run shot that gave Brookstone the victory here and the series win. And with that right there, like we said, Brookstone takes a 2-1 win and goes to 20 wins on the season. And after losing their 15-game winning streak, getting snapped last night, they come back and win against Calvary 3-2. And with plenty more action going on this weekend and next with baseball playoffs getting ready to come into action, we are finishing up the regular season. For Paxton Holloway producing in color today, I'm Mike Frost, and we'll see you next time here on Georgia